Welcome to another episode of Basketball Wives, Season 8, Episode 7. The ladies are forgiving, but they're not forgetting. They end up having a great twerk fest at the end of the trip, and then when all is said and done, Byron ends up setting the record straight. Stay tuned for all that and more.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Ready to let this buzz begin.
Yes. Turn up. We're going to have a great show today, you guys. I'm your host, Miss Conversation Peace, and I have Brianna with me.
Hello.
Today we have a little bit of news and gossip. We have a special segment, Invasion of the Closet Snatchers, plus some trending tweets. So we're going to get right into our overall thoughts of the episode. What did you think about this one?
This episode was so interesting because I see Phoebe in a whole new light now. I'm going to touch on it a little later. But overall, I know it's low-key the calm before the storm, so I'm just ready for it.
Oh, yeah. This was definitely the calm before the storm. I'm glad that, we see some apologies happening. Whether they're genuine or not, who knows? But they're trying to be cordial so they can all be in one place. So they ended up having a twerking session at the end of the trip, and I feel like minus OG, she wasn't having it, but they ended up having fun, and that's what it's all about. I feel like so. The episode opens up with Jen and Evelyn still kind of hugging it out, and we see the other girls are called in. They're like, "Ooh, what's happening up there? It's taking a long time. Is she getting hit with a pot?" But
that's a valid question. That's valid.
Well, to their surprise, no one was hurt, and it was a few tears, but they got through it, and it was just good to see them come together and have breakfast and be able to sit at the table. Because when they first arrived, they were like, "I don't even want to be in the same room, let alone the same house. You need to go to the guest house." So just seeing them sit down was good.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great first step. Unfortunately, I don't feel like it's going to last. And it's not even, and their past history aside, because I saw an article from Rolling Out, and they were kind of introducing Dominique, and she was kind of hinting along the lines of, my loyalty to my friends are very clear. Like, this is the type of group where you can lose yourself and you got to stay true to who you are. And so she kept saying, like, you'll see within the season that, like, you can't be on the fence. You got to pick a side.
Pick a side.
So clearly there must be another issue going on if she felt like she had to pick a side again. So obviously I'm sure she picked Jennifer.
I mean, at the end of the day, she said some things, and she said some things and did some things. Evelyn, and Jen.
I was like, Dominique didn't do
No. I mean, Evelyn and Jen. So they really miss each other. We can tell, like, the tears are flowing. It's 20 years, so just hope it does last. And they'll have another 20 years of friendship. I think it'll.
You optimistic.
I want them to stop being mad.
I mean, I feel like there's a certain time where it's okay to be mad at your friend and let that friendship go. Like, not everybody is for you. Sometimes some relationships have an expiration date, and that might have ran its course. Like, why would you want to force yourself to hold on to something just because you have numbers in it?
That's like, true. Toxic is toxic. And Malaysia was surprised. She dropped her fork when she was like, "What? Apology?
Exactly.
You accepted it."
Exactly.
So Malaysia's not so forgiving, but she ended up, I guess, accepting whatever was thrown her way. But Eve, she accepted the apology, but she's not really ready to hang with everybody still, even though she's just like, I took the apology, but I got my eye on you.
Yeah, and as she should. I mean, they've gone through something so many times already. It's like, you can't just have a blind eye to someone just because they said, "I'm sorry." That's stupid.
Well, they end up getting in the car together. All of the ladies. They take a little trip to have fun on the island. They ride bikes and go-karts and almost get run over by cars because they were really in the street. Like, I don't think you should be on go-karts like that. That's dangerous.
No, you shouldn't be. But you shouldn't be. And that's why Kristen was like, "I want to have one more baby," because they were reckless.
Yeah, you can't be driving off fast on these islands like that. Cece didn't make it to Mexico, of course, but her name keeps coming up.
No, she went to Mexico. She didn't make it. I'm sorry.
The other island, San Diego, where they are, because she was in Mexico with her man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a lot of the ladies are a little jealous because she's having a vacay with her man and they're all like kind of single and
I don't.
Except for OG, her man is overseas.
I think they are just very cliquey. I don't even think it's so much as jealousy. I feel like they're just really cliquey. So if one person has a problem, then everybody has to have a problem. Mm-hmm. And I peeped that when Jennifer and Evelyn like reconnected and they were having that kumbaya moment or whatever by the beach when they were having lunch, and then Jennifer made a comment about Cece taking advantage of OG and how OG's the puppet, and I'm like, whoa, where was that energy before?
Well, Cece also wanted OG, and this came from OG's mouth, wanted her to say some things, and OG was kind of hesitant because she was like, I want to get everybody in one room or everybody on one call on one accord because I don't want this he say, she say. And I think she's smart because that's exactly what happened to Jen.
Exactly.
And that's, very reminiscent of her scenario because, that's when Malaysia threw the table.
Right.
Because of the he say, she say. So after all that, Jen and Malaysia, they're still having issues, but Jen says she will coexist with Malaysia. Malaysia's, she's still not having it, but whatever. She doesn't want to talk about it, but I feel like this was a good trip to get it all out, even though it kind of is like, can we just have fun? Yeah. But when are we ever going to resolve it if we don't ever talk about it? True. Do you think it was bad timing? Because I know like a lot of eyes were rolling when OG brought stuff up at the table. I think OG's timing is just always off. I don't think that was the appropriate time to do it when everybody's already having a good time, having lunch. Nobody's even thinking about any drama. I think she should have took that back to the house. But I do recognize that it was a good thing that she did bring it up in front of everyone. Yeah, I feel like that's the only time you're going to get everyone, because I feel like when you get to the house, somebody's going to be tired and want to lay down in their room, or somebody's going to want to be by the pool, somebody's going to be in the kitchen. So it was not the best timing for everyone else, but I think it was good for her to get it out. And another point was being made that whenever OG does address something, she gets crucified, but the other ladies have done far worse. They've actually thrown drinks. They've actually thrown tables. They've actually thrown hands. Yes. Gotten in each other's face screaming. And
through weaves.
All that. Through bushes. And all that. And she gets crucified for just speaking her mind. How is that happening?
I think it's just because nobody was in the mental space to have to deal with that. So even though it might be a good time for you individually, you have to think about your audience. If your audience isn't cognizant of what you're talking about, nobody's going to receive it the right way.
Well, yeah, she could have maybe said, hey, house meeting later tonight, everybody there.
Or just prep them a little bit more. Like, she just dropped it. Like, okay, so, no.
Right, as she sips her wine.
Yes, like, you got to remember with this group, it's about timing and tone. And if one of those things are off, everything is off balance, and you're not going to get anywhere.
Yes, and we have to remember our fans and how much love they show us. So we're going to let them know.
Yes, we have to show you guys so much love. Thank you so much for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk. We appreciate you guys watching with us every week. You guys are so faithful and awesome. We love you so much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. If you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure you give us a 5-star rating and follow us on all our social media. We take notes of everybody's comments, so tell us what we're doing great. Tell us what you think we need to work on, and just, spread a little love this way.
Yes, just show us the love. Continue to show us love. We appreciate you. And we just have to appreciate the fact that Cece has found love at 48. She's getting married.
Sheesh.
She says she's glad she waited this long. And I can kind of see where she, probably lived her life. Seems like she's very successful. She has a business. So I could see her like living it up in her 20s. She's so beautiful and, but she's also smart and she's, very business minded. So I think this is a good time. And as she said, she doesn't believe in divorce. Like her family's been together, her mom and dad, 46 years. So.
I mean, I do think I don't know, 48, it kind of scares me because I feel like when you reach a certain age, you're set in your ways and you're not really willing to change a little bit. And I feel like no matter what people say, marriage changes the relationship. And so part of me is kind of like, maybe if she had experience previously in a marriage, then she would know little things to work on as a wife or to improve on or what to look for.
That's what marriage counseling is for.
But why get to that point, though? Because, like, there's...
No. They have premarital counseling.
Oh, premarital. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is an option, too. But sometimes that doesn't stop anything from happening in the future, because you can do all that in the moment, and then by next week, all that goes out the window after one argument. So that's just my personal thing. I personally have a problem with commitment. So everything about that stuff scares me. But kudos to you,
Don't be
CC.
scared, girl. I think Byron really has her back. Like, the conversations that I hear them have, I feel like he's gonna hold her down, and I feel like she's very submissive, and that's probably what he likes. A lot of men, especially if they're gonna be your husband, wants their wives to submit to them.
You think so?
Yeah, that's in the Bible. Submit to your husband.
Child, where I am not built to be nobody's wife.
You're not submitting?
I'm not submitting.
That doesn't mean give up your voice. It just means let him make the choice. You give the suggestion. And he makes the final decision, and you just go along with it.
I was not expecting this conversation.
That's what I heard.
Girl.
This is just what I heard.
I don't know. That's what you would. That's
my interpretation of it.
Would you, as a wife, is that how you would go about your marriage?
If I'm in love, I hope I would pick a man that I would. Be able to take direction from, because I believe in him and his decisions would be, beneficial to us. So I would. Okay,
well, I mean, hey, to each his own. I don't know. There's just something about this word submissive that kind of just, I don't know. I want to be able to lead and him not feel emasculated by me leading. I like my man to take a step back, and I have a lot of personality, so I don't want him to feel intimidated by that.
Yeah. Well, she looked gorgeous trying on these gowns. Her mom is super excited. Her friend Ross. I don't know. Like, how long do you think it would take to find a gown, the right one? Do you think it's like a long process? Because she said this is her first time putting a gown on. I haven't put on one either, so I just can't wait for the day. I know most girls, I know you probably not waiting, but we wait for the day we can try on our gown.
I like the glamour of it, though. I like the glamour of it.
You're going to be like that lady that married herself. Like, y'all come to my wedding, to myself.
Or I'm going to just go straight to the reception and have a bomb dress and be like, celebrate me. But I don't know. I think finding the right dress it's a lot of pressure, especially when it's your very first wedding, because you're looking for the absolute perfect thing.
Multiple weddings, girl? Why you keep saying first wedding? Like,
it's her first. No,
it's not supposed to be more than one.
It's not supposed to be, but it ends up being like that. I mean, there's some women out here with like 5 husbands. So I'm just saying it to say, like, it's a lot of pressure to make sure, like, this is the absolute perfect dress, because you don't want to do it a second time. So I don't know, but she's smart with going on that diet and making sure her body is right, because she knows the dress that she wants.
Girl, she better get a personal trainer. Yeah. She was drinking water, and that's it.
Does that work? Like, I was wondering how's that work? You're not hungry, just warm water?
Fast.
Oh, that's a thing. I was hungry looking at her.
Right?
Shoot.
I was like, ooh, I can't starve for this man. But Byron and Cece, they looked so happy after their trip. Like, I just see the love in there. Like, I'm happy for them. And a little tidbit, they'll be here. Well, at least Cece will. Maybe Byron next week. So you guys stay tuned for all of that. But basically, Cece gets clarification of, like, what was the conversation between him and Malaysia, and he says, what he's been saying. I hadn't said it about ammunition. I didn't say anything like that. It just came out in conversation, and, things transpired. I just don't think it was malicious. The girls are constantly dragging this out. Byron says, let's move on.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just because he's a man, or?
I think it's because he's a man, because men don't want anything to do with women's mess and gossip and all that stuff. I think it's because he's an old man, because he just doesn't have the patience for it. No shade, but he's older. And I just think it is time. Like, I feel the same way. It's time to move on.
Well, like he said, it's F all of them, and it's just him and Cece. I like that. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's a real man, older or not. when you put your woman first, that's what you're supposed to do. So I like that that conversation that they had. And Cece's also happy with it, but she's not happy that the kids aren't happy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're gonna resolve it. He said he's gonna sit down with them, but he's like, if they don't come, what, it is what it is. So I don't know what to say about that, because Thomas and Kristen, when they were talking, Thomas is the same way. He's like, I don't like how Cece move.
Yeah.
So,
and that was the first time we really seen Thomas say something about Cece specifically.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen, but they're all grown. It's not like she has to live in the house with them, so it's not like, you marry somebody with teenagers and you got to help raise this kid.
Right.
So I think that's why it's a little less pressure for Cece to just like, but I know she's big on family and she wants to be a family, but there's some underlying issue that they won't tell us about, but we're going to get the tea when they come here next week, okay? Jen, Dominique, and OG, they sit down and talk about how Malaysia feels like she was being used by Jen. This is what she's been saying and why she threw the table.
She said, why she threw the table.
Right? This is why. And like I said, the comparison of they're trying to say Cece's using OG because she's not as aggressive. So, on the flip side, Shawnee, Malaysia, and Jackie are sitting there talking, and Malaysia is upset because Evelyn is basically speaking for Jen, saying, how she feels about what Malaysia's doing. But I don't understand why Malaysia is so mad, because none of it was directed toward Malaysia. Like, it was all about, like, what she said, and she did say it. So, like, why is she so mad?
I think Malaysia's just mad because she's looking at Evelyn like, okay, just because you made up with this girl doesn't mean I have to now.
I get it, but what I'm saying is the puppet thing, right? You said it. We don't know Jen's intentions, and why? I don't understand why she's mad about that. Like, I could see in a moment where it's like all this, people in your face, like, did she say it? What happened? I could see her being mad in the moment and throwing the table. But I'm saying at this point where it's not forgivable, like, I can't talk to Jen. Like, I don't get that.
I think some of it is pride, because Malaysia just feels like you really thought I was stupid enough that you thought you could play me. And at that time, Jennifer didn't have friends like that. Like, she wasn't cool with the clique like that. Malaysia was one of the people that was, cool.
Right.
So for her to probably try to take advantage of Malaysia's kindness and use her as a puppet to do her dirty work, I can understand her feeling some type of way, because Malaysia doesn't just call everybody her friend. So for her to take her side and stick up for her and try to be that middle person, and then you basically think you can walk all over me, like, no, that's not going to work.
Yeah, she wasn't buying the apology, and yet and still she says that she will apologize for throwing the table. She did do that. That was wrong. But, like you said, you don't have to be friends with everybody. If somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
Walk away, but don't throw the table. Just walk away, honey.
I was wondering, I was like, is a 50-50 apology accurate? And I'm thinking, you know what, it is, because once you cross that physical boundary, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
So OG is also feeling like it was a drive-by when Malaysia came up to her, like, before her flight, like, giving her the dry tea. And she didn't want to get into an argument with her, but now there's friction. So it's just like, I don't know what Malaysia's place is right now. Like, she's cool with Evelyn and Jackie, but I don't know. Like, she's trying to get into this Kristen, OG, then she's trying to still be mad at Jen. I'm just like, girl, can we find something for you to do?
I think she... You think she's bored?
Yes. We need something for you to do.
I don't know. I think... I don't know. Malaysia's kind of tough to understand this season, because I think she wants her family to come together, but she needs to realize, like, she's not exactly doing the best job at it.
Hello.
She's going against it.
She's saying the wrong thing.
She's using the wrong words.
Exactly. Ammunition being one of them. And it was her wording. It was never Byron. And Byron was like, we'll get into it later, but basically he didn't say it like that. And we already talked about it. Like, this was just a conversation. So, despite all this, the girls still were able to sit down for a dinner at the house. Phoebe was complaining the whole time, talking about the food was too bougie and nasty. Did she even taste it?
No, I don't understand why Phoebe feels, I don't know, Phoebe is just really getting on my nerves. And I want to get to this comment real quick, what Sarah Slowly said. She said, I can't lie, during that Phoebe and OG argument, my mom said something true, and it was that Phoebe couldn't admit to OG about the song, and she was acting fake. And not to jump too far ahead, but that was kind of the cherry on top that really wrapped it up for me.
When you were done with
Phoebe.
Yeah.
So she was acting bratty with the food. She's just acting immature the whole time. And then the whole thing with OG is just like,
girl, bye. We'll talk about her in a minute. But OG led the dinner with her prayer in her native tongue. Did we even understand the prayer? Like, do you have to know what you're praying about?
I was like,
I need to know what I'm praying about.
No, especially when I thought she said Jackie Christie also. So I'm like, hold up now. Because if I'm Jackie and I hear you say my name in a prayer, I'm like, wait a minute now. What'd you say? I need a translator. Thank you.
Right.
But I think it was cool. I'm glad like they weren't ignorant about her praying in her native tongue. And they're welcome to the change.
Yeah, and then the drama, of course. But then what I was noticing, the seating at dinner, like you said about Phoebe being fake. She was sitting right by OG.
She was sitting right beside her.
But you was rapping, and then you want to show your little music video, honey. So Jen didn't want OG to be blindsided, and I commend her for that. So it's just a fine line about spreading the news with these girls, because Jen didn't have the right, I guess, to tell OG, did she? I mean, Jackie told her. And who told Jackie?
Well, wasn't Jackie?
She was on the Instagram. She saw her Instagram.
Yes. But I don't know. Jennifer telling OG, I don't know if it's because Jennifer's just generally messy, but I looked at it as her being messy because I don't know. I just don't see Jennifer and OG having that type of relationship where she feels like she has to have her back in that way.
Well, I do, because, I mean, when they came in the house, that was the split. It was Jen, Dominique, and OG.
That was literally maybe 48 hours ago. So now I have your back because I rode here with you. I took a 6-hour drive with you, and now we've been in the house together for 2 days. So you my OG. No, that's not how it goes, boo.
But she did need to give her a heads up. I mean, either way, I feel like OG could have handled herself if she was blindsided.
She could have.
But as we can see, Phoebe was not going to reveal her rap about OG in front of OG, because OG was ready to, like, you want to catch this fade or what? And Phoebe was like, huh, girl, what? You know? So Phoebe, you gotta be able to back up your raps, honey, because it's real beef in these streets, honey.
I do think OG was a little aggressive when she was talking about, I can kill you with my bare hands. I'm like, okay, OG, come on now. It doesn't matter. She didn't
lunge at her. She was like, I could kill you with my bare hands, but I'm not gonna do that.
But it's still too much. It's like, OG, you took it to a 10, and it was only at like a 4. Like, I get feeling frustrated but I look at it this way. If I come to you and I say, do you have a problem with me? And you tell me no, and I know damn well that you're lying, I'm looking at you like you're weak. So I'm not going to go further and be like, well, duh. I'm like, oh, you're intimidated. You're scared. I got you. I'm not even going to do that to you.
I think that's what she was saying. She was like, I get it. You know, we can catch this fade, but you don't want to. I'll kill you with my bare hands anyway. So girl, bye.
I don't know. I just thought it was aggressive. It was aggressive. I'm like, all right, OG, we get it. And then she tried to say, when I play football, and Shawnee made a good point. She's like, I mean, we've all been around athletes. That doesn't make it okay to think that, you know, oh, you can get physical. Oh, it's all right because she's an athlete. Like, that's not all right.
Yeah, I think it's a little more rough with football, because most girls don't play football, so it's a little rough there. I don't know if you saw her finger was like in a split.
Yes.
Like, how did she hurt herself this time?
Exactly.
But we ended up seeing Phoebe's music video. What did you think about her rap skills?
Okay, well, we're talking about her rap skills. We watched some of her videos before we came on air, and she has some things on her on her page. I'm like, all right, she has some bars. She has some cute bars. They're not freestyled. You can tell she wrote them before and memorized it. Fine. The music video, I think Jackie nailed it, and that's Jackie being a true friend, because she gassed her. She's like, yes, girl, you know, you're bomb, you're beautiful, but you need some pointers.
Oh, Jackie.
And it's true, because you can't just be posted up in front of a Bentley for a whole scene, and then, you know, you move to the fence across the street for the next one. The direction and the creative mind behind it was lacking.
Yeah, they filmed it with the iPhone, girl. They went to Runyon Canyon with her little rented Bentley and filmed it. But it's cool, you know.
You got to start somewhere.
Exactly. Nicki Minaj started out in the projects spitting on the stairs. So, hey, you can make it, girl. Just keep going. We ain't gonna trash her.
Lady Wise says Phoebe goes where the wind blows.
Lord. So far, she's sticking with the Evelyn Mean Girl crew, I guess. So, we'll see.
I'm bothered at the fact that Evelyn is so biased that she didn't see anything wrong with Phoebe backing out of admitting that the line was about OG. Because had that been Jennifer backing out, she'd be like, oh, you punk ass, da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, she acknowledged it. But
she acknowledged it, but she didn't go as hard. If it was someone else that she didn't mess with, she would be going hard in those confessionals.
Yeah.
That's fake.
They're all being fake right now. Eve says she has potential, though. She also didn't just praise her like, oh my God, this is the greatest music video. She was like, yeah, she can use some work, but she got potential.
Yeah.
Jen thought it was mediocre, and OG was a big girl and still sat there and watched it. But after that, she was out. She was like, I ain't twerking with y'all. Bye. You know, but the rest of the girls ended up having a great time.
But she watched the music video. That's what I told her.
Oh, she wants to make sure if her name was not brought up. I promise you, if any little line about some fake stuff was in it,
she knows her name was not going to be in that music video. She just wanted to watch
up like how Drea popped on Sunday. Yeah, it would have probably ended up like that if it would have been one line. Now she was watching for that, okay? But what I was surprised to see is Malaysia hit the splits. I'm like, okay,
I wasn't surprised. Malaysia's from Compton. You know, they be busting it down.
Do you not hit the splits from Compton? I mean, that's the Compton thing?
I mean, this twerking is a thing. So, you know, you do every other angle you with your homegirls in the house, you know, just cranking. She probably busted in the split and forgot that she knew how to do it.
Well, one thing that I'm a little confused about, because after the trip, everybody heads home. They're talking to their family, recapping what happened. And Kristen is talking to Thomas about why they didn't go to the engagement party. He's not even interested in going to the wedding. Byron is sitting talking to Cece saying, Thomas didn't come because of Kristen. But remember a few episodes back, because we brought this up, you guys do some fact checking. She said that she's had a prior engagement when Cece invited her. So who really has the problem? Because at first it was like, we don't want you to come. Now when Cece opens up the invitation, you shade her and don't come and make up a lie saying you got a previous engagement, and then it comes out later. But I don't think it's out for everyone in the open to know right now, because they're just airing it. But it seems like a discrepancy. What do you think?
I don't know. Because the way things are shot and then edited and produced, it's hard to say if there is an issue, because Kristen said that there was a walk for her mom for cancer.
That was definitely an issue, because he said he didn't want to go.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying with the way things are edited and like cut together, I mean, who is to say that conversation didn't happen like 2 weeks or 2 days before or whatever. Okay. So it's just hard until you have everybody in the same room and you have a calendar to look at. There's nothing I can really say about the problem. What I can say is that Leisha Doll says Thomas ain't been saying nothing, so he's trying to say something now. Don't check CC, check your messy, thirsty wife.
Y'all
got some words
y'all
there,
going
Leisha.
hard in the paint in the live chat. Hello. Well, we're going to get right into our special segment.
Yes.
Invasion of the Closet Snatcher.
Yes, everybody. So we have two blonde baddies here, and they're also besties, and they're no longer basketball wives. So we have Duffy here in a black sheer long sleeve and some cheetah pants bent down, and then we got Brandy bent down. And
Girl, don't forget about the little feathers on the sleeves. Honey.
Yeah, we got some feathers on her sleeves, and then Brandy's also rocking a cute V-neck blue shirt, the fitted, blue pants with like a red what's it called? Race stripe on it. It's really, I like the color contrast that she did with it.
Yeah, it's like the primary colors. I'm good on her. I like DJ Duffy. Sorry.
You like Duffy?
Yeah, Duffy.
Do you like her or her closet?
I like her closet. I actually look at some of her Instagram posts, and I feel like we have similar style. Like, she's very funky and sexy and still not, like, over the top with it. Like, sometimes she might have on a bikini or some lingerie or something, but for her closet, I like Duffy.
I like Brandy's closet. I love Brandy's makeup artist. I love Brandy's wig stylist. I love everything Brandy rocks. Honestly, I love the way she puts colors together. It's very simple, but it's not safe. And she
dresses well for her body type.
She dresses very well for her body type. Duffy shows too much for me sometimes. I like a little mystery left.
It's a hot girl summer, okay?
Oh, well.
Let's show it. Let's show if you got it.
You know, there's a little too much showing over here. Yeah, I'm good. I like Brandy's closet. I would match Brandy's closet.
All right, let's get into our trending tweets. This is where we pull the top tweets from our super fans talking about the show. We have a tweet from Curtis Blow. OG is getting right down to the point where everybody clap, clap, clap. And I feel like to get your spot and the respect, because those OGs, that Shawnee, Jackie, Tammy, they not gonna let you just come in like, hey girl, we're friends. No, they're gonna put you to the test. So OG has been put to the test time and time again, and she stand up for herself. So I like it. Tiara Terry 768 says, I kind of miss the old Jackie. I'm here for it. I know she must be talking about that little montage. You
about to get that old Jackie. Woo! We're gonna touch on the previews. You can't hold it in for too long, honey. Yeah, we're gonna touch on the previews eventually, guys.
Miss Izzy Baby says, it's official. Phoebe not about that life, girl. And when somebody call you out, you better say you said it and say you did it, because
she said fraud.
Okay, and it's a meme of who is this? Quad from Married to Medicine throwing up the fraud sign. Old Jackie is back, and in effect, show your tail then, honey, because we here for it. I'm sorry, Phoebe. Not about that life, honey. We done with her. Latoya Smith 252 says, I think Jennifer should keep her distance with Evelyn because she's very fake. And vice versa. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they should both stay away from it. Both of them are fake.
Yeah, like, how you just two fake friends? Like, I don't know.
That's why the relationship can't work.
But see, this is why I have friends for certain things. Like, you have friends you go out with, friends you tell your business to, friends you can have family dinner with.
And friends you're fake with?
No, not friends you fake with. I'm just saying, like, if you're surface level, we can go to the club together, but that doesn't mean you come into my house. Or if you come into my house, I can tell you all my business, but that doesn't mean we're going out together.
Right.
Because I have friends like that. Like, some of my friends, they married with kids, but they're not going to go out and twerk with me. You know what I mean? Because we're in two different paths.
Lives.
Yeah, so, but that doesn't mean we're fake friends. But we'll see what happens with Jen and Evelyn. Let's get into this news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So you want to touch on this?
So Rolling Out has an article about Miss Dominique Leonard, and Dominique is, of course, the newest Basketball Wives star. One of our favorites so far. She's so gorgeous. A lot of people have been saying a lot of positive things about Dominique, so she wanted to introduce herself to everyone. So basically, I touched on this a little bit earlier, that she talked about her relationship with Jennifer and how she's a girl from Detroit, and a lot of people thought that she was going to be intimidating, but she said, you know, I'm a pretty cool-headed, level-headed person, and, you know, I just ride for my friends. I don't ride the bandwagon. I don't ride the fence. So
and she was
my loyalty is clear.
Very truthful there, because that's exactly how she came into the show. And even when she was talking to Jen throughout the show, she was basically like, I like the girls.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, I like them. They cool.
She was very, very truthful. And the thing, and Jennifer actually said in the show that I'm not threatened by Malaysia's relationship with Dominique. And in the article, Dominique said Jennifer's not the type of person that makes me feel like I have to be friends with her and her only. So I'm excited to see how their friendship blossoms. So guys, definitely check that article out.
But do you think she should be leery just seeing how she acting with Jen of 20 years?
Absolutely. But I feel like I'm hoping that Jennifer will mold into somebody a little bit more mature with the situations that she's gone through now with the ladies. However, Dominique did say just watch for more. So we know that there's a falling out that's going to happen.
Oh, Lord.
So we'll just see who's right and wrong in it.
Speaking of falling out, it's not looking good for Shaunie and Tammy. It seems as if Tammy has unfollowed Shaunie on Instagram. Yes.
I knew there was something going on.
Yeah, something's going on here. But the thing about it is Shaunie is still following Tammy, so she doesn't seem to have a grudge. But it seems as Tammy is over the whole situation of basketball-wise. She doesn't want to talk about it anymore. She don't want to be at these Ponderosas anymore. She's done. She's married and happy, and I think it's a good time to exit.
Definitely. I mean, once you feel like you're done, you're done. It's all about your mental state. And if it's costing her something mentally, emotionally, physically, anything like that, and you're trying to do better in your life, then you got to move on.
Yeah, fans are pouring into the comments saying Shaunie's not her friend. Shaunie is not a good friend to Tammy and has never been. I'm glad Tammy's been distancing herself from the toxic girls in the group. And another one says, so the F what? Tammy just wants to be out of her contract, sis. She don't have the time to be fake and cordial with Shaunie. She knows Shaunie don't F with her. So Tammy is moving accordingly. And one last comment. I've been peeped how Shaunie switched on Tammy last reunion. That was the proof, and that's period. 100. All right. So yeah, people are seeing that something's going on.
I knew there was something
unfollowed, and she's basically, it seems like in that montage, she was like, I'm done. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, that was clear when Shaunie wasn't at her engagement announcement party, and I said it on the episode. Y'all look back. I said, even though she wasn't there, what's her name? Tammy would have said, oh yeah, Shaunie was invited, but she couldn't come because because she did that for Malaysia.
Oh yeah.
So I knew something was off.
All right, well, let's talk about this mid-season trailer. Ooh, honey. It was a lot of things. It was like Evelyn calling OG out, talking about it don't matter if you got natural assets, your man still ain't put a ring on it, but she been through 3 ball playing associations and don't have a man, so how can you talk, honey?
And then she was talking about OG's man would play with her assets if he got the opportunity.
Oh,
I'm
Lord,
sorry,
I'm
Evelyn.
about to fall out, y'all.
I was a little disappointed at Evelyn showing out like that. I was disappointed in seeing Jackie wild out like that.
We got a picture of Jackie, how she got in that girl's face.
Gosh.
Let's pull up the photo if we have it.
And Jackie
right
was
here.
doing so good. Look at her in Malaysia.
She was doing so well, but whatever Malaysia did next episode, honey.
But I don't even think it's Malaysia doing. I think Malaysia was confronting Jackie because they made her take a lie detector test about starting rumors or whatever. And I think everybody's just trying to figure out, Jackie, what rumor did you start? And I feel like it was probably about Malaysia. Malaysia's like, yo, what's up? And
but
Jackie's just mad.
How she's in her, like she will bite her or something.
But Jackie doesn't want it with Malaysia though.
Look at that vein in her neck. That
doesn't mean anything. She
looked mad.
Jackie has made that face many times and got her touched many times because she got in Brooke's face when Brooke was on the season, and Brooke messed her up, and they didn't even show it. That's how bad it was.
Whew, well, we just hope it doesn't get bad because it looked like she threw a chair in Malaysia. And we hope that doesn't happen. Cece goes crazy. I'm like, what? Whoa.
First of all, I can imagine all that spit that was going back and forth talking about you shh, no you shh, no you shh. First of all, everybody calm down. Everybody needs to relax.
I don't think they're going to be calming down anytime soon. Tammy's done with the show. Yeah, the old Jackie's back. But I do have a little video that I wanted to show because, like we said, we watched some videos off of Phoebe's social media. So I just want to show you guys the actual video from her Instagram page of her rapping. And you can hear the comment for yourself and see if OG should put them hands on her and catch the fade. Let us see that clip really quickly, if you don't mind, Josh. Yeah, Phoebe's a rapper. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you feel like Phoebe is right now? Or a scale from there we go.
Real freak bitch, suck the skin off a nigga. Ooh. Yeah, he keep calling, keep him busting like a trigger. Only takes the bag, now my net worth bigger. Been fucking on an athlete, ball playing nigga. Okay. Jumping out of Beamers to the condo. Okay. Fucking to his man, take her through the front door. Bitches always hating, but they don't want smoke. I ain't beefing with a hoe that be wearing fake clothes. Ooh. No.
That was it. No. That was it. I mean, that was a very general statement, so I can't say that was specifically about OG.
It was very general, but based off of real life.
She said it fit. If the shoe fit.
If it fits, it fits.
But OG said it didn't fit, so that's why I feel like if it don't fit, don't get mad, and if it don't apply, let it fly. You know what I mean? Just let it fly.
Sarah slowly said, Jackie told the producers if they show the fight with Jackie and her cousin, she would quit the show. Also, I heard that Jackie apparently was talking about her kids.
Oh yeah, it's okay. A lot of inappropriate things that happen, but at the end of the day, the ladies have made it through 8 seasons. I think they will make it. Bringing in this new, fresh crew, it's good because Tammy's ready to exit out. So I think Evelyn should be exiting out, but I think she's still looking for a man to figure out her next situation, so she might need to stick around a little bit.
Being on Basketball Wives isn't a good look for her if she's trying to find a man. That's just what it is.
Ayanla didn't help much, obviously. So, yeah. Well, on that note, let's do some predictions. What's going to happen?
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
What's going to happen, girl?
I predict... Dang, it's so hard because we saw that preview.
Yeah.
I predict that Phoebe is going to get in more mess. Oh my gosh, we didn't talk about how Phoebe is going to get into it with Tammy. Eventually.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely see Phoebe getting into more mess and just backing out and deny. That's it.
Do you think she has longevity on the show? Because the lies, you gotta own your stuff. That's one thing you gotta do. If you gonna bring it,
she gonna end up looking like Jennifer.
Ooh. Well, I hope not. I hope she gets it together and she starts owning it. But Tammy, the only reason I say she can go at it with Tammy and that I feel like the battery's in her back is because she knows Tammy's ready to go. So it's like, true. At this point, Tammy could put hands on her, but just like OG said, I'm not going to. Yeah. Why? I'm married. I'm happy. Like, I'm not even going to argue with you. That's why Tammy was like, I'm out. So I just really feel like this last little argument is just what sets Tammy off to be like, I'm done with you guys. And I don't even know if we'll see her anymore because it was so early on in the season when I caught her on the red carpet and just seeing her recent interviews where she's been like, I'm done with the show. I don't even want to talk about it. So, yeah. I think this might be the breaking point for her. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if somebody connects, if the chair hits Malaysia in the back of the head.
Nobody's going to touch Malaysia.
We hope not, because I liked when Jackie and Malaysia were friends.
I like it too.
So I just don't know how it turned for the worse already. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Miss Conversation Peace. We got a special treat for you next week. Like I said, Cece will be in the building. You can follow me on Instagram at MISS Conversation Peace. And you can check me out on Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta after show, as well as Love and Hip Hop Hollywood starting next Monday. Thank you so much.
And I am B_Cheyenne, CHIANNE. IANNE on Instagram, and you can follow me there and check me out on Life After Lockup, After Show, and Orange is the New Black.
All right, guys. Till next time, we'll be back.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.